arrived in a Ngoshe community. They arrived there. Okay, Mama, I'll send the mic to you. I've sent it. They arrived at that community. They used motorbikes. They loaded trucks with guns, heavily armed men and women, and they operated for hours unchallenged. Slaughtered women, slaughtered children, heads were rolling, and they've displaced a lot of people. People who had finally come home, they came home thinking that everything is okay, not knowing that as they're coming back, the terrorists are waiting for them. We have seen it in social media, we've seen the video, we have seen the Nigerian news media carrying the news, spreading it everywhere. We have also seen response from Rev. Rally Moore, still calling on the Nigerian government to work towards that and all that. But I'm just saying my mind that it is time for action. It is time for them to disintegrate Nigeria, because terrorism will never end. There is nothing the Nigerian government will do to end terrorism. And the senator in that Borno South came out and said they couldn't hide it again. I can confirm the killing of an unspecified number of civilians. Did you hear that? Unspecified number of civilians, soldiers and terrorists, when armed members of Boko Haram and ISWAP invaded one of my communities, Ngoshe. Maybe I can't pronounce it well, but you know what I'm talking about. The inability of the military to have a stationed attacked helicopter in the whole of the Northeast is a serious threat. The few attack helicopters and fighter jets available have relocated to the Northwest and Central, which is very difficult to access when there is a strike in the Northeast. You see, this senator is telling us something very, very critical. There is not a single attack helicopter stationed in this area. And that is the heartland of Boko Haram insurgency. The region where over 1 million of people are displaced do not have one single helicopter. That is a region where ISWAP is mostly active. No helicopters, nothing. But the same Nigeria found $9 million to hire a US lobbying firm to, create artificial narrative that there is no genocide going on in Nigeria. They had $7 million to fly by helicopter to the Boko Haram stronghold to pay a ransom. But they cannot station one to defend the people of this community from the same terrorists that they paid. You see what is happening in the contraption called Nigeria? So a senator representing that community came out and tell the whole world what is happening. While Tinubu signed 9 defense agreements with Turkey, and NSA was touring Washington, telling America that Nigeria faces the same genocide. Who is lying to who is the question everybody should ask. And did you see Tinubu come out to say anything? Neither the wife that also went to Washington, D.C. and denied that there is no genocide going on. None of them have made any comments. They have not. They are busy campaigning, decamping from one political party to the other. That is what is happening. And you could also see just an overview of what has happened this week. The Islamic movement of Nigeria, headed by Zazaki, marching in 12 good states, chanting death to America, chanting death to Israel, carrying the flag and portrait of Ayatollah and flag of Iran, and dragging American and Israeli flags along the ground. Women and children participated in it. Did you see Ribadu come out and say, no, what are you doing? Neither Shetima. None of them came out and said, no, this is wrong. And when they were asked, they said, we burn the flags of the United States and Israel, not out of hatred, but to show that we will never bow to oppression. And now I'm asking, what oppression are they talking about? What oppression? Is it the oppression that your leader is dead? Is that an oppression? You never came out to protest. When you saw the number of people, children that have been killed, slaughtered every day, that one is not an oppression. It's only the death of a man who has killed millions of people in the whole world that you see as an oppression. And they say the sons and daughters of Ayatollah remain strong. That is their consolation. And they say they are not backing down. We are shocked and devastated over the killing of our leader. This is a painful moment, not only for us in Yobe, but for Shiites across the world. Yet we will not be broken. So it's like they wrote a script. Of course, they wrote a script for them, because if you ask them the language you pray with, what does it mean? They don't know. So they wrote a script for them. In all the 12 states that they did this stupid parade and demonstration and protest, all of them spoke in the same language, the same vocabulary. So that is just an overview of what happened this week. So Donald Trump, because if you just wake up, it's just like having any program and you don't have an objective. Or you go to school, you don't have an objective. Or you start a project, you don't have an objective. You will collapse along the line, because you yourself, you don't know what you want. And you can never be focused to get it, to reach your target. So Donald Trump didn't just wake up from sleep and say, okay, I have to carry out Operation Epic Fury. No, I have to destroy Iran nuclear weapons. No, he had 4 official objectives. So he did not launch this Epic Fury without public justification. He gave 4 good specific objectives, because every single one of these objectives connect directly to Nigeria. And I'm going to show you exactly how it connects with other speakers that will speak today to the Biafran people. So objective 1 says, prevent Iran from acquiring a nuclear weapon. That was his first objective. And you could see Iran Steve Witkoff confirm stockpiled, including 460 kilograms of uranium enriched to 60%. I played the video the other day. If I find it, I will still play so that you hear it from the horse's mouth. And it's enough for 11 nuclear bombs. And they were proud of it. They told the American negotiator in Geneva with no shame that they had evaded all oversight to get there. Yes. And they also got from that contraption called Nigeria. We will reach there as well. The second objective was destroy Iran's missile arsenal and production sites, because Iran has built an industrial scale weapon production system, factories, drone plants, missile launch sites, all are being destroyed. And the third one is degrade Iran's proxy networks worldwide. So not just in Lebanon, not just in Yemen, not just in Gaza, worldwide. And this is the objective that connects to Nigeria, because Iran's proxy network reach inside Nigeria territory, and we will prove it later. And the fourth one was annihilate Iran's navy to end Iran's ability to threaten the Strait of Hormuz, that 20% of the oil in the whole wide world passes through. So those were the 4 objectives from our president, Donald Trump. And Senator Graham confirmed that the mentorship of terrorism is sinking. The captain is dead. The largest state sponsor of terrorism is close to collapsing. And I love it so much, because what Nigeria thought they did by protesting has really, brought our freedom closer to than expected. They aroused the presence of Israeli ambassador in Nigeria to come out and speak and say, we have seen you. So that proxy Donald Trump was talking about in the third objective, degrade Iran's proxy network worldwide. The man now has enough proof to tell Donald Trump and Israeli Prime Minister, you know what? That proxy that you were talking about, they have come out fully. And they know that they are there, but coming out more, stepping on their flags, shouting the same thing, they to America, they to US, has ignited, the readiness in them to know that there is a threat coming from here as well, which is very deep. We are going to touch it very soon so that we connect it properly. So, oh, welcome, Toti, Ekamdo, Ada Eunice, Ekamdo, Pukrowo, welcome. God bless each and every one of you. You know, as a Biafra, you always put God bless. Cyprian, Ekamdo, Medi. Yeah. Mama, I sent the mic. Maybe I should send it again. I don't know what happened. Okay. So
Can
that
you
is
hear
just
me?
away from where?
Yes, the
It
mic
was
is
showing,
here.
it was showing list now. Hey, this network. Yeah, welcome. Hey,
Thank you.
welcome. Hey, welcome back. Oh my God, internet is so bad. So, if you go to social media, especially in X, that is where it is happening. You see some people that are still confused and they don't know what Donald Trump or United States of America did. And I want to read exactly because Marco Rubio, I want to read from his word. Because he came out and said, and put the fake news in their places after they refused to listen to a word that he said. He said, let me explain to you guys in simple English what is going on. So I'm also going to read from his word so that a lot of people that are sitting on the fence or pretend not to understand what is happening, fighting United States, fighting the Biafran people, fighting Israel, fighting what they're not supposed to fight, will understand the depth of destruction that has been going on. And nobody talked about it. Every year they'll be pampering Iran. So I'm reading directly from his word. He said, Iran is run by lunatics, religious fanatic lunatics. They have an ambition to have nuclear weapons. And please, I would love somebody to help me find the meaning of nuclear weapons. Please, I will not talk alone. It's going to be interactive, even though you don't have much time. It's okay, we'll manage the time. Please, I need help. While I read, somebody should find out the meaning of nuclear weapons. He continued, he said, they intended to develop those nuclear weapons behind a program of missiles and drones and terrorism that the world will not be able to touch them for fear of those things. And already they had created panic. Once you mention Iran, everybody will say, no, don't take me there. Okay, thank you, Mama. Please tell us the meaning of nuclear weapons. Thank you.
It says a nuclear weapon is an explosive device that derives its destructive force from nuclear reactions, either nuclear fission or a combination of fusion and nuclear fusion reactions producing nuclear explosion. That's
Thank
it.
you. Thank you, my God bless you. So, in a layman's language, it is an explosive, but this one is bigger explosive than the one we know. This one, if they release it, it will level the whole world in one day. I believe I've been able, those that read physics, I know, I tried now. Eh? It will level the whole world in one day. So that is what these people were preparing. And I'm going to continue. Please, if you have better understanding, you can also help. And he said, and this is the weakest they've ever been. Now is the time to go after them. The president made the decision to go after them. Take away their missiles, take away their navy, take away their drones,